Robert was the favorite son, and I'm the favorite daughter, Jill. He has two other favorite daughters, Suzanne and Holly. How do you begin to describe a life that was lived and loved to the fullest? My focus today is not on what he did, but what I learned, what we learned from him and from our mother. We learned about care and generosity. One night we were going to the Sheraton over on A1A, and it was one of our favorite places to go because they had these fantastic kind of cartoon mirrors where you could stand in front of it and look fatter and taller and wider, and it was so comical to us. And one night when we were headed there for dinner, a young boy was hit in the street by another car. And he stopped. Not, I don't think, as a doctor, as a father, to help that child because he was alone. And he left us with our mother, and he rode with that child in the ambulance to the hospital to make sure that he was cared for. My parents knew that a great smile can open many doors. We all got the luxury of having braces. My friend, one of my best friends in high school, she knew she could have a better one if her parents could only afford braces. It wasn't an option for her parents. My parents paid for them. Her beautiful smile is beaming here today. When others needed any kind of financial help, my dad was there to help out. My parents always gave of their own means to help others. We learned about work and integrity. He always said, the harder you work, the luckier you get. Our parents taught us stick-to-itiveness. It was really important that he taught us the value of $1. And I think he was very successful in that. While he may have said, do as I say, not as I do, he certainly lived a full life of integrity and gained the respect of all who know him. Like Robert said, your participation and attendance today is certainly a testament to that. We learned about family and love. Love can be quiet and love can be loud. We enjoyed both. Mom was the outwardly demonstrative one, physical affection. Dad's love language was far more quiet. It was in the kind and thoughtful deeds he did for us and others. Like how you knew he was thinking about you when you received that special card that touched you in just the right way. It was how you didn't hear it directly from him, but be it Einstein's or a call with one of his friends, you heard it repeatedly from all of his friends and family, how much he loved his children, how much he was so proud of his children, how well we had done. My parents always maintained wonderful, loving relationships with all of their siblings and their families. We learned that families eat dinner together. They go on vacations together. There are no real favorites. We were all their favorites. We all have talents. We respect each other and we value our differences. We learned that life is about fun. Every day is Christmas, my dad used to say. Richard knows that my dad said basically that life's too short to wait for a drink until after a specific time. It's that time of day somewhere, even though Nancy might be upset by it. Just because your daughter thinks you might tip over in your first sailing boat trip doesn't mean you will, but we did. Jump in the deep end, you'll be okay. Someone will be there to catch you, though they might take a step back to make you work a bit for it. Eat pie. My father did not like cake. But if the waitress said that the pie they're serving is orgasmic, the proper response is, I'll have 3. Take a day to get life experience, not just school lessons. When our beautiful pool was built back in the 70s, our parents let us stay home and watch from the deck as the backhoe was pulling out the earth to create a beautiful place for us to have lots of family memories. Summer trips to Clearwater or out west in the motorhome always kept our family laughing and loving together. You eat a peck of dirt before you die. I think he really meant don't get too caught up in things and let that stop you from having fun. We learned about life and the end of it. Maybe because he was a doctor, he approached death more practically. With the now famous Eardley wave off, he'd say, "Oh, hell, Jill, we all have to die." We learned to handle the struggle of declining health issues with our mother. With our father, we got to see him vibrant and full of life till the end. He always lived about 15 or 20 years younger than his chronological age. That was also the women he chased. And now, he teaches today, death, it's no big deal. Come to think of it, where I am now, with my wife by my side, and my partner Herb drinking a scotch and cigar with me, again with my brother, my sister, my parents, heaven, it's hard to beat. Thank you all for attending today. It means the world to our family.